2, Celtic 1. It's incredible. It's unbelievable. Look at the celebrations there. Flat turnaround here this afternoon.
Welcome to Rangers Radio.
What a goal by Steely, followed that up, and whoop, in it goes.
Why not give the show a call on 01413561972.
Rangers open the scoring at Pittodrie. 12 minutes of the match remaining.
What a stake.
A stunner from Kenny Miller. Rifles it into the roof of the net.
Or send Fox a friend request on Skype at RangersRadio.online.
He's gone into the middle, McSwegan's in there too. Will he come for McSwegan? There's his header, and he scores! What a substitution! Running inside, is he going to let flies in? He scores! Good ball! Scores for Rangers!
Nacho Lobo with one kick of the ball to take Rangers to Manchester. Rangers are coming! The Scots are heading for Manchester, and you know what? Manchester may not be big enough.
Remember, it's all about the Rangers.
Well, hello, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox, there on the panel this evening. It's the two old stalwarts of Rangers Radio, Bridgeman and the one and only Fox. Evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, guys. Nice day today.
Lovely, mate.
Can I say a big good evening to you guys in the panel with me, and to all the Rangers fans in the lobby, and to all the Rangers fans all over the world. Good evening, and welcome to Rangers Radio.
How are you? Recovered for the sugar tax yet, Fox?
Aye, I was
I don't
having
think
a busy day sitting out in the sunshine, mate.
All right. Do you have a couple?
May have had one or two. Not a lot, right enough.
All right, okay. Yeah. And you going to have to change your tipple with a protest, are you?
No, I've just decided that just got to go with the flow and pay the tax, in you, so that's it. I thought I'd paid enough tax in my life, you know. But anyway.
There you go, eh? You never thought that, eh?
Yep.
How are you, Bridgeman?
All right, pal. Very good.
Looking forward to the game tomorrow?
I'm actually just going to say that. I'm
Sunday, sorry.
Yes, more and more looking forward to it again. I was just totally dejected last weekend, as you can imagine. Very upset about it all. But time's a great healer. You just keep your head down and let it go past you, I hope. And live past it, live through it. Good news today in the English front as well. I think a big story about Brendan Rodgers taking over Arsenal. Fantastic story.
Oh.
Sorry, I just have to laugh at it, you know.
Do you think that'll be the last of the 20 odd year coaches, Bridge? I think that.
Yeah,
will we ever see the likes again, do you think?
You'll no see an Arsene Wenger coming in and dedicating his life like that, 22 years to the one club. And by the way, he was a fantastic manager for him. He's taken them from into that brand new stadium, and he's always been, nearly every year he's in Europe, you know. That's a tremendous record. The money he's brought into that club is tremendous. Admittedly, they've spent a lot of money too, but he's earned a lot of money. Great stuff.
Oh, yeah, man.
Nothing but admiration for him.
Up there in English football, is he? For you, Fox?
Oh, for me, yeah. Oh, sorry, I thought you were talking to me, sorry.
I'm just stunned with the mention of Celtic managers and Arsenal in the first 10 minutes of this programme here. I'm speechless.
No, I'm just saying that's the news. That's the hot news, right? Big news today, big news. There's no other news in the world. No other news in the world. That's it. Done.
Was that in the Sun, Bridge?
No. Don't know. It was on TV tonight. It was on the telly tonight. Unbelievable.
Anyway.
I think you should a lot of managers, mate, they don't realise when it's time to go, and I think Wenger just hung on for that couple of years that kind of marred the end of his reign for me, mate, you know. A wee bit like Ali coming up through the divisions.
Maybe you're right.
Yes, a lot of that, a lot like that. You know, I always thought that he was fantastic because he brought in what I thought for many a long year was the finest player that's been brought into from the outside into English football.
Kevin Kyle?
No, Kevin
Kyle.
Kyle.
Right, so we're not talking about Ali McCoy.
I was going to say that Arsene Wenger brought that boy, the French boy, what's his name again? Thierry Henry. My goodness, he was a fantastic player. I thought he was brilliant. And then he brought in the Dutchman, who was centre forward for him. And I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But you'll know who I mean. He scored some great goals. So he just went better and better and better. Bergkamp, that's him, yeah.
It was actually Bruce Rioch that signed him for Arsenal.
Was it Bruce Rioch? Sorry, I do apologise.
There you go, you learn something new every day.
Oh, I wasn't even sure that one way or the other, you know. But the Arsenal brought in some smashing players, really, really good players.
Anyway, we move on. Look, at Fox, you're looking forward to the game on Sunday. We've had positive news starting to come out the club, if you like, for off-the-pitch stuff. But are you looking forward to the ball game on Sunday?
I think it'll be an interesting trip to Ibrox, mate. It'll depend on how we open up and play, I think, to see how the crowd react. I'm beginning to worry about sitting too near that director's box now, mate, in case there's any missiles getting launched, you know. But the crowd will behave themselves, mate, I think. And I'm probably at the back of my mind, I've not even thought of the game, to be honest with you, mate. It's kind of cooled a wee bit by all the recent
events.
Carry on, mate, aye.
The events.
So.
Look, there was always going to be a massive reaction to a defeat last week. Any defeat. I think it was exaggerated because of the style of the defeat, Bridgeman.
Yeah. I think that also as well, Oxter, I don't know what you two guys think, but I still wonder, I'm sitting here and I've been thinking about it most of the day, what on earth actually happened? Because you're hearing these different stories I think you had mentioned last night that you were hearing it was possible fisticuffs or trying to fisticuffs with the manager. If they're left in their hands in the dressing room to the manager,
I never said that. Somebody else alluded to it. Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
All right.
Whatever.
Scurrilous accusation, Bridgeman. Scurrilous. Anyway, some good news. But if people want to join us, what's the number, Bridgeman?
The number's 0141 356 1972. That's 1972.
They want to got these misdialed numbers. Oh, where else can you join us, Fox?
At RangersRadio.online.
All right.
You've already been joined by a caller, mate.
Yeah. Evening, Colin. How we doing?
All right, Oxbridge, Fox, how's it going?
Oh, it's Martin.
Martin, how we doing, Martin?
Aye, no bad.
Are you working?
No.
Oh, I could hear all the people in the background. I thought it was a stop coming up.
No, I've been on the 6 since the Old Firm game.
Oh, shush.
Just with Bridge saying there with the possible Brendan going to Arsenal, what's the chances of Wenger coming to Rangers?
The same chance there is of Rodgers going to Arsenal. Right, next question. How's things, Martin? What's on your mind and what you thinking about the team, off the park stuff?
Off the park, I can't even bring myself to think about it. I'm still it's still raw the way the team played. I booked a holiday for it and I sat and watched it and I just thought, that's the worst Old Firm performance I've ever watched. And the whole thing with Miller and...
I actually agree with that, Martin. I do agree with it. I mean, I've seen us get bigger downs, score-wise. But I've never seen us capitulate as easy as that in that fixture. Carry on, mate.
Even when we were down the league, Sox, we played against Celtic and we get beat in a cup game. I can't remember when it was, but it was 2-0 going on 20. And we still tried harder than what we did. I couldn't believe what I was watching.
I think the manager was showing up with his tactics of no contact with them. Don't engage them. Just let them have the ball, and we'll pick it up. We'll pick it up in the midfield. We'll pick up second ball. never went near a second ball most of the game. Never won anything in midfield. They'd been better coming out and just saying, let's just attack them and leather them, fight them, start a fight in the park and get the game abandoned. Whatever you want today, don't let them run the game for you. Because after 5 minutes, you just knew it, didn't you? After watching it for 5 minutes, you thought, oh my goodness. And yet, a wee 5 minute, 10 minute spell in the second half with 3 absolutely cracking chances, and their goalkeeper made 3 good saves. And we were knackered. That was the rest. That was the game gone for.
Funny enough, it was 3-0 at the time. Pretty much.
But all I'm saying is, there was three a really brilliant header by the boy Morelos. Then a stagger.
Alves.
Aye.
No.
Morelos got the header, the first one, and made a great save from it. And then Alves got a good header in. And then what do you call him? Morelos made an absolute mess here. Absolute mess here.
What's your thoughts overall, Martin?
With the team,
yes.
Just I keep hearing that we're going to have to ship out 8-9 players and bring in another 10 players. And what's going through my head is, how many more years are we going to have to keep rebuilding? It's getting to the point now where I'm saying to myself, am I ever going to see Rangers win the league in my lifetime? That's the way I feel, Ox. It's just constant. Rebuild. And
you're only a young man, mate. You'll be all right. I think we need. For me, we need about 7 first-team players. That's how many we need, in my opinion. You can pick your positions all day long, but about 7 players ready to go right into our first team of better quality than what we've got just now. Fox. Fox? I don't like when he does this, Bridge.
I know.
Sorry, mate. I was bringing Big Alan to the call there. I actually missed your question.
I said we need about 7 first-team players for me. And when I say that, I mean about 7 players in the first sort of 15, 16 players but of better quality than we've got now to improve our team and move us on.
I'd rather see us paying money to get rid of all the garbage we've got, mate, and leaving a better platform for the new manager coming in. Let him decide if we really need a big scale draft in our players or whether 1 or 2 quality players would be enough to change the team sufficiently for us to ever run it that mob next season, mate.
So you think a manager's the pivotal thing, mate?
Manager's a pivotal thing, but we'll need to spend money to get rid of the deadwood that's lying about at Ibrox, and I'd like to see that happen first before we bring a single player in, mate.
I have to say, guys, I've said this for the last 2 years now. Whatever, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, we cannot let ourselves go behind too far against that mob, because they'll just trample us into the ground. And if they've got to spend £1 million, then we have to spend £1 million. And they know that, and we know that. And the vice versa is the same for them. When Murray came out and says, for every £5 they spend, we'll spend a tenner, they couldn't cope with it. Their mentality couldn't cope with it. Now they're hitting us back with it, you know. So we need to somehow or other get our mind into it, get some sort of investment in to allow us to buy some decent players, high quality.
I'm sure we'll come to that this evening. Anyway, We've also been joined by Ibrox Loyal. Evening, Ibrox.
Evening, Trips. How are you doing?
All right, mate. How's yourself?
Doing well, mate. Doing well. Looking forward to the game at the weekend, getting back into some normality now after the unfortunate last week. But got to look forward, mate. We'll still get second place to fight for, so it's going to start, as I said last night, mate. The first 20 minutes are going to be absolutely crucial for the way the Ibrox crowd react to the players, the directors and the manager. I think 20 minutes, very crucial. If we can get an early goal and settle the nerves, then we go on and hopefully have a comfortable afternoon. But we shall see, mate, we shall see.
We've also been joined by Big Al all the way from Australia, even global ambassador.
I'm not in Australia today, guys. I'm actually outside the Hummel shop in Reykjavik, Norway.
Oh, well done, pal. You maybe bump into the travel rig in there.
No, I'll probably bump into Ibrox Loyal. I bet crashed the motor Ibrox last night.
I know, mate.
Iceland, Norway.
I'm not going to use the excuse of
if you're there for travel, Rod, see if you can get us an extra large in the new strip for travel.
How are these guys?
And also a kid's pair of shorts for him as well. That'll be him sorted.
Oh, do they like the tight ones?
No, they fit him.
Oh, is that what he is? Is he like one of the Frodo Bilbo Baggins?
I'm no commenting. He's my mate. He'll kill me. How are you, Big Al? What's on your mind?
Hi, I'm good. Just waking up. There's so that's Hummel. Hummel's the deal. That's all right. That's fine.
Look, there's a statement for the club that Bridgeman's got in front of him.
What's that? Me in front, I'll get it. No problem. I will go and get that right now. No bother at all. Let's just do that. I'll read that out.
Is it positive for you, Al, and moving in the right direction?
Aye. Well, yeah. Well, I mentioned it last night. I mean, I wasn't trying to be derisory with the 3.5, but I think a club's worth more than 3.5. I was trying to get it. That's just the first load of cash in the pot. We need a lot of cash.
Aye. It's another step, Al.
Overall. Yeah. I don't mind that Hummel. I've got a couple of pair of Hummel trainers. It's a bit. It's different. It's no Nike. It's no Puma. It's no Adidas. So it's something different. Reading that statement, they're going to have. I've seen a couple of guys have made up some stuff online and things like that. You know what I mean? The strips look all right. I mean, could it be? I was thinking about it when I was reading it. Could it be? We've got a Hummel strip, and we're going to get Brian Laudrup and Michael Laudrup as a manager of the Rangers. There's one for the Bridgeman.
What's that?
Brian Laudrup as the next manager of the Glasgow Rangers.
I tell you, that'd be fantastic, wouldn't it? I'd love both of those Laudrup brothers to be running Rangers. I'd love, or the De Boer brothers. But primarily, if I'd like them to become a real good management team. I think it'd be great for us.
I'd like to see you when if De Boer walks through the main doors, you'd be like a dog with three bobies, wouldn't you?
Oh, I'd be very happy. I think. Well, look, can I just say? I have to say, it could be De Boer. Van Bronckhorst is another I would love to see. I want someone with an international name. My own opinion. I would love to see someone with an international name and international standing. So when someone says, "Oh, who's the Rangers manager?" It's not Graham Murty. Yeah.
Oh,
you know, if you follow what I mean. It's someone who has played at the highest level in football.
Yeah. That's got to be critical. I've not watched Graham Murty's interviews for weeks now. But last night, before I went to my scratcher, out of sheer curiosity, and because of chatter all week about it, I seen his interview for last week. I don't understand why the guy's still here. It's actually a shame for the gentleman. I've not seen his interview, his press conference. I just watched the ones for the last week.
We're going to hear it. We're going to hear it in a minute, Al.
Aye. Oh, it's a sin for the guy.
I agree with you. I've got a different view for Fox, so I think he should have went for all parties, mate. Maybe no, put him out the club.
It's a bit, maybe even a bit mismanagement. I think somebody should have just stepped in and says, "Look, you've done enough. Thanks for your own good. We have to extract you out of this." And but unfortunately, he's still there. What will be, but it's a bit of sin.
Martin, do you want to hear from under-20s coach Graham Murty?
No.
No? Well, I think we've got to, mate. So if you don't mind going on mute, let's give Bridge a chance to get the statement sorted, and then we'll talk about the game, and then we'll go into some of the positive things that have happened today. So if you don't mind going on mute, let's hear from our under-20s coach Graham Murty.
Graham, how have you reflected on the last few days, what happened on Sunday, and how you move forward?
I think personally, if I can get through this week, I can get through just about anything.
You said after the game on Sunday that you wanted to take time for it to settle. It was too raw.
Yep.
How do you look at it now?
We didn't do ourselves or the club justice on the day. We didn't turn up to the extent that we could. And we were punished accordingly. And it hurts. And it still hurts. But there's very, very little we can do about it now. We have to move forward into the next game. That's what we've tried to do this week.
Since we last spoke to you, the club captain and one of your most experienced players have been suspended. Can you tell us from your point of view why that happened?
Nope, it's an internal matter with the club. No one will be commenting on that.
Are you content with the decision that's been made on that?
It's an internal matter. It'll be dealt with the club, and you'll find out what's going to happen after the due process. I won't be speaking about that matter at all today.
Do you feel that you still retain the support of the players in the dressing room?
Yes.
On what basis do you?
Because I've trained them all week. I've seen them work this week. They're thinking about Sunday. They're thinking about the biggest game of our season, which is the next one.
Do you feel a line was crossed though in the dressing room on Sunday?
I won't talk about what happened in the changing room on Sunday. It's an internal matter. We'll move past that, please.
Graham, away from the dressing room, there were obvious signs of disharmony. A couple of the players, Greg Doherty and Alfredo Morelos, on the pitch, and Halliday when he walked off after being subbed. How harmonious would you say the group is here?
Everyone wants to be a winner. They're desperate to win. The people were displeased with performances, displeased with the result. I don't want people who are happy coming off the pitch. I don't want people who are happy getting beat. I want people who are here to win. I'm here to win. They're here to win. As long as we're all pulling in the same direction, that's the kind of personalities, the kind of people that we want.
But is that sort of behaviour just limited to kind of game time, as it were? What I'm getting at is, are you seeing any fractiousness at training within the group?
Nope, I'm not. They're pulling together, they're working really hard together. They've had a week where it could have been really, really easy to allow things to distract them. They haven't. They focused inward, which has been really good for me. It's been really pleasing for me because we need to prep for a really big game. We're second in the league, going into a big game for us on Sky in front of a national audience that we have to go and perform in. We have to go and perform in front of our fans. We have to go and get them on side. And the work that they've done this week would lead me to believe that they're ready.
On the Andy Halliday situation, 2 questions if I may. Do you have any regrets substituting him when you did?
On a personal level, no one likes to come off at that time. In terms of a professional level, I had to make a decision to alter the shape of the game. I could have chosen someone else. Andy was the unfortunate guy. It's horrible, it happens, it's football.
So if the situation presented itself again, you would do exactly the same? Yeah. You said you were going to speak with him this week, did you?
We've spoken at times. He's a little bit raw at the moment, as I expect. He's a Rangers fan, he's desperate to do well, and he's hurting. So as a human being, you have to take that into account. And I won't press him too much this week, but he knows he's got my support. I brought him back from Azerbaijan because I want him in the group, and he knows that at the moment it's a little bit raw because he's hurting with what happened. As I said, it's a footballing decision, nothing to do with Andy personally. I had to make a decision to change the shape of the team.
And was that anger vented at you when he came off?
He didn't vent it at me. I didn't know about it until afterwards.
Who was it vented at?
I've got no idea.
So we saw the reaction from the Celtic fans. They sort of lapped that moment up. Is that part of perhaps any personal regret you do have on that instance?
You have to ask Andy how he feels about that. As a personal decision, as a personal impact upon Andy, it's hard. I regret that for him as a person, as a human being, because we're all humans. But as a professional decision, I had to make a football decision, and I'm content that I tried to do the right thing for the team.
Do you think? We just spoke to Declan there. He said he's had a meeting on Tuesday morning. What was that like? Was that what you felt was needed to sort of clear the air and get the team moving forward?
Absolutely. Everything this week has been to make sure the guys are ready for Sunday. We have to make sure we learn from Sunday and get ready for the next game. And I feel that was the right way to clear the air, and we did.
Graham, do you feel you maybe learnt on Sunday more than you've ever learned in terms of being a manager, being a coach? Because you said you wanted to address it and look at it in the days afterwards. And do you feel that a lot of the problems on Sunday were stemmed from the way you laid the team out tactically?
There's lots of different things about the performance on Sunday that weren't right. If I look back on it, there's things I would do different. I feel I'm learning in the most public environment that you could imagine. I'm thinking that I will make mistakes very publicly, but I will learn from those mistakes really quickly and improve my own practices. But in terms of Sunday, it wasn't just one thing that was wrong. There was lots of things that we needed to do better, myself and the players, to represent ourselves in a better manner, because we didn't. We were guilty of letting a lot of people down, and we know that.
Graham, you said you would have done things differently. Can you give us an insight as to what you mean by that? Team selection, formation?
Lots of different stuff. A lot of stuff will be personal reflection for me, but a lot of stuff will stay within these walls because it's to do with our style and our manner of play, and what we want to do to try and impact our opponent. I didn't think we did enough of that tactically or physically or mentally to make the game hard for Celtic.
Do you think you got the team right on Sunday?
I think there was potential for the team to do better than it did.
In terms of your selection?
Yeah, I think there was potential for the guys on the pitch to do better than they did.
Right. And what about the role of the players? Do you think they were fully aware of what their roles were, positionally, etc.?
Yeah.
There was some headlines regarding Greg Docherty, Alfredo Morelos after the game. Have you had that situation?
Spoke with Greg. Greg said it was nothing. I'm happy to take Greg at his word. He's an honest guy. He came in, we talked about it. He said there's nothing there. There's people making more trouble for us than there needs to be. I thought that was quite a mature way of looking at it from a young man.
What support have you had from the club this week?
I've had lots. I'm a director of football. I've had my entire staff. I've had the board of directors making sure I'm okay, making sure I'm ready to go for this weekend. And they've been fantastic in making sure that I get what I need. And I'm ready to go for Sunday.
Has there been conversations with the chairman?
I haven't spoken with the chairman, no.
Has this put you off potentially managing going forward?
Do you know what? I've been asked to do a very difficult job. I'm giving it a right good go. You don't get to be in this position, you don't get to do what I've done without having a bit of an inner core of determination and a desperate desire to be a winner. All right? What's happened this week will only educate me further as to my choices after it ends. I won't make any decisions towards my further career until this part of it stops.
Have you spoken to Daniel Candeias? Obviously, a few fans angry that he walked straight up the tunnel.
Spoken to Daniel. Daniel is the same. Daniel conveyed to me that he was disappointed that he didn't perform particularly well in the first half. He wanted to do well. He was desperate to stay on the pitch to do well. That's all it comes from. As I said about the earlier one, he wants to do well for the football club. He's desperate to play well. Got no problem with that. We talked to him about his conduct.
Do you think he should have stayed in the touchline or in the stand?
In an ideal world, possibly. But once again, as I said about Andy, as I've said about Greg, said about Alfredo, we're all humans and we're all emotionally driven animals. So when that emotion gets hold of you, sometimes it's difficult to suppress.
What sort of reaction do you expect come Sunday's match?
I expect us to be high tempo, I expect us to be aggressive, and I expect us to put in a better performance than we did.
How important is it to get an early start in that game in terms of getting the fans on the side?
We've got to start quick, we've got to start sharp, we've got to lay out our intent really quickly.
Graham, as difficult as it might be, how do you try and ensure that what has happened in the last 7 days or 6 days doesn't derail what you're trying to do for the next 5 games?
That's our challenge. That's our challenge collectively. It's not just me. I'm getting here to sit and talk to you and to talk to our fans about it, but it's not just me. It's every single member of my staff. It's every single member of the playing staff. It's every single fan, making sure that we unite and get onto the pitch in the right manner and go and move forward, because there's nothing stronger than this football club when everyone's pulling in the right direction.
But that's the issue at the moment, isn't it? Not what you're doing, but there seems to be a lack of unity at the club again.
All I can take care of is the guys in front of me. We need to make sure that we are at the forefront of it, because we're the public face of it. We need to go and put in a really, really good performance to reassure those guys that have had that little bit of belief knocked out of them this week that we're going to get it right and we're going in the right direction.
You've obviously got 5 games left. I mean, how confident are you that second place can be achieved?
We're in second place now. I told you guys all the way through, don't judge us when we win 6 in a row. Don't judge us when we get beat. Don't pat me on the back. See what we're like at the end. I'm confident this team and this squad has more than enough in the tank to go and finish second. I said it at the very, very start. I reiterate it now. That belief won't change.
Is your squad looking for?
It's looking all right. We're missing David Bates, but Ryan Jack was outside for the first time today. It's obviously too soon for him, but it was great for him. He had a big smile on his face, walking around on the grass, which is good. And I believe we have just about everyone ready to go.
Could he feature before the end of the season?
I think it's going to be a bit too soon for him, unfortunately.
All right, thanks for that, Fox. We'll go to our caller, Martin. Martin, what's your thoughts on Mr. Murty's interview?
For me, and maybe I'm just being a little bit pernickety here, Rox, but the very, very first thing he should have done was start with an apology to the fans. It's all good talking well. He's a very good talker and all that, but it's just the same questions. What do the media expect him to say?
Same sound bites.
Everything's the same. It doesn't change anything about the way that I feel after that Old Firm game. But for me, not to even hint at an apology to the fans was for me wrong. He should have apologised straight away. The rest of the interview, same old, sorry.
Aye, man. Trained well, unity in the group. It's no reflected on the park. We won one game in 5. Ibrox loyal, then Big Al.
Hi. If I'm being honest, mate, it wasn't one of his better interviews. I've heard better interviews from him in the past, but I put that down to the idiotic media in this country. How many times do I have to be told I will not be answering any questions on this subject? It's an internal investigation. I cannot speak about it. And then, what's the exact next question? Exact same one. Yeah, as thick as pigs with media. They need to get a grip of themselves. There was a few wee good bits in it. He was talking about how Ryan Jack and things like that were back out in the grass, but it's going to be too soon for him come this season, but he should be fit and ready to go for next season. He also mentioned that when they are at full strength now, everybody's up to match sharpness now. There's no excuses. No to start that match 100 miles an hour come Sunday, especially in the first 20 minutes, and get the fans right behind us. So,
Ryan Jack back out in the grass, Fox. You might want to check what today is, National Day is, if you want to look at that, Fox. Well, before we go to Big Al, when we go to Big Al, the 20th of the 4th. Yeah.
Well, Grand National Day tomorrow. I know that. That's all I know about grass.
Grand
Legalise Cannabis Day.
Scottish Grand National, mate, here tomorrow.
All right, okay. Big Al, what's your thoughts?
Pigs are very intelligent animals.
All right, okay. Bridgeman?
Actually, it wasn't a bad interview. I do agree with Martin to a certain extent. If he did come out, I know he came out and apologised with his after-match, big apology on that. So I'm wondering if he's just thinking, well, that's enough. I don't want to apologise anymore. So in a way, I agree with him. We don't want to apologise again. But it wouldn't have been a bad idea to come out and say, everybody's very sorry about the performance, and we're going to do something about it or whatever, But sometimes you don't want to hear it. Sometimes you don't want to hear the apology. Just go out and do it, But as I say, I agree with Martin to a certain extent. I was absolutely delighted to hear that Ryan Jack, who's one of my favourite players at Ibrox at the moment, is back and out on the grass a wee bit. So hopefully he'll be ready for the end of the season, and whatever it be holiday they get, comes back for pre-season training, ready for hopefully a European game qualifying. So yeah, I thought it was quite a good. I agree with Ibrox loyal 100%. If I could agree to 100%, I would. Seriously, our press people want to have a look at themselves. They're just a joke. All they did the whole time there, they were just trying to trip that boy up. That's all they wanted to do. Just trip him up and cause a sensation. That's all.
Fox?
The one thing that I took out was that his comment that he would think his future when this stint as manager is over, mate. That sounds to me that he's deciding whether he's going to leave the club or no. I hope no, mate. I hope he goes back to his original job and just gets on with life. Obviously, we've got a new manager coming in the summer. And maybe at the break of the summer, when he takes his time, he'll go back to what he's good at, mate.
I've got a slightly different view, mate. I think it might be time for a partner in the ways. Let him get on with his life, mate. I'll go with my best wishes, but maybe time to move on, mate. I just think it's... I don't mean a joke figure, that's a bit harsh, because he stepped in to help his bosses out and it's backfired spectacular. Maybe not his fault, because he should never have been put in that position. Back to Big Al. How's the Pinks doing, Bingen?
Right, they're alright. They're just in the frying pan at the moment.
Alright. One in rashers and one a sort of sausage shape.
Aye, a couple of links. No, I don't feel he should be at the club. He should just be tapped on the shoulder. Thanks very much, and we do appreciate what you've done. And I personally, I do appreciate what he's done, but he's weak. I think the young guys would see that, and I think the two guys in charge, Billy Kit with Peter Lovegrans, have got a better record than Murty has with under 20s now. So maybe Ibrox can confirm that or debunk it, whatever. He needs to walk away. Just to go back to, I don't know what happened in the dressing room. I don't know what happened at the side of the park. His decision to take Andy Halliday off with 4 minutes to go, that was a total a brain freeze there. You just wait till half time and we do it. You don't need to create anything that doesn't need to be created. Whatever did happen in the changing room, even if somebody put their hands on him, he's not a strong enough leader, a strong enough man. If Miller had a go at him, surely to God he has to have a go back at him, and that's it, finished with. Yeah, you're grown men. If you can't handle that and it's one to get 10 further, well, right, there's a big car park, we'll go and sort it in the car park. He's too weak. He shouldn't be there. He should have been relieved of his duties. And to go as far as if he was a character, and we've got guys suspended and things like that. And I was thinking about that last night. We had a manager in Le Gwen, and the fans basically backed Barry Ferguson. Same again, we don't know what happened. But I think the reason behind that was we had a manager that we didn't want, so you know what I mean? I think it's just natural human instinct. We'll back the people that we want, yeah? And good guy, bad guy. So we backed Ferguson in that case. At the beginning of the season, we had a player involved that's involved in this one, Kenny Miller. At that time, a lot of people weren't really wanting him. We had a new manager and we were hoping for the best. So I think 85% of the fans backed the manager at that point in time. And ultimately, I think we were proven wrong, and Miller stayed at the club and the manager was no longer there. Now, I can see it the other way about. We've got a manager that 85% of the fans don't want. And I think people are sympathetic to Miller and Wallace. Would you say that's correct?
That's a tough one. I agree. What I will agree with is the vast majority of fans don't think Graham Murty should be there.
Yeah.
I've not followed closely what they think of
Well, I
Kenny
think
Miller.
there's a bit of sympathy for Miller and Wallace. Wallace's pictures just turned up on Facebook pages and things like that. It's a new lead picture and things like that. And another thing I noticed last night as well, I don't know if anybody's checked out the Rangers website, but it showed you the training gallery for the Hearts game. I've never seen Graham Murty shake as many player hands and pictures of him in the training gallery as yesterday or last night when I was checking it out. He seems to be all smiles, shaking people's hands, so that's a bit of PR, I think. He's there at the end of the season.
He's lucky I've no smiled since Sunday.
Aye, precisely. He says he's hurting. You're not a Rangers fan, Mr. Murty. Just think how we're hurting. Look, I'm not happy with it. I didn't think he should have been there.
But we're ready to move on, mate.
We're ready to move on. I'm sick to the back teeth of talking about it, actually.
I just love the way as Rangers fans, when he was doing the manager's job, he was nothing but an under-20s coach. When the guy stepped up and attempted to be a manager, he still got called an under-20s coach. Why not let the guy just go back to being an under-20s coach, Alan? Why do we need to push him out the club for stoning up and taking on a task that he must have doubted that he could do, but stood up anyway? I think the fans have overreacted in the guy, and if he was a former Rangers player, in the line, or I don't know who else. You'd say it was Kevin Thompson that stepped up, mate. Do you think he would have got the same abuse?
Probably not, but I think Kevin Thompson.
What happens the next time, mate, we lose a manager? Who's going to put their horn up and say, "I'll do it, boss, till you get a new manager"? Huh?
Oh, I understand, folks. I'm sympathetic to your points of view as well. I do understand, but I just don't think it's any good for him.
I don't think it's a good move for him.
I don't think it's a good move for us to keep him either. And it goes back to people put him in that position, folks. And what I will say is, I could be asked to be Prime Minister of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, and I'd love to do the job, but I don't have the skill set. And I think he has a responsibility.
That is the one we've got to know, Al, but that's a whole different show.
I think he has a responsibility at the time when you're asked to do the job. Aye. But please, guys, don't leave me in this position for too long. I'll do it for a week or 2 weeks until you get a manager. And I think that was behind it. And then we go to get a manager. The manager that we say we were looking at doesn't come in, and then he's left in that position, which was wrong. And there's been a few things that have culminated in where we are at the moment. But ultimately, it's been no good for the club. And I think just say, look, thank you very much, but we do appreciate what you've done, as I say, and I appreciate personally what he's done, but it's not good enough for us. And we have to move on. We have to get that leader in, and a leader in a certain few positions within the club. Can I just ask one thing as well? Because a few times this week people have mentioned Mark Allen had a list that he handed to the board. Where do we know, or is that just conjecture, that there was a list generated and the board knocked it back?
Nothing that you can elaborate on. You know what I mean?
Aye, right. So that can just be hearsay as well. Because I'll tell you one thing: if I was in that position and I generated, you brought me into the club and says, right, you're the director of football, and I generate a list, and you then say, oh, your list is no good. Effectively, you're saying you're no good. I'm no good at my job, and we're going to undermine you. We go for somebody that's not on your list. That would cause a lot of problems, I think. And you're talking about having a strong man for the football department. Is that not what Mark Allen is? Is he not this guy? Is he not the director of football? Is he not the guy that should be fighting our cause? Is he not the guy that should be running the overall of the football department? Am I missing something? Is that not what he's there to do? Is he not he's a football man? We're always saying we have people on the board that aren't football men. Is that not exactly what he is?
I don't know if Mark Allen's kicked a ball in his life, mate. Really, if I'm being honest.
No, but what I'm saying, he's got an administration background within football and he has connections within football, yeah. Whereas other guys are businessmen that were fans, yeah, that have come into a situation. He's worked within the football industry, so does that qualify him as a football man? I'm just...
Well, that's
because he's the director of football.
I know. I mean, it depends what his brief is. I mean, look, for me, the most important role is the guy who runs the first team. Now, whether this director of football role is going to be played out, is going to be successful, only time will tell. I've got my own thoughts on it, but everybody will see it slightly different. But Fox, I have great sympathy with what you say, but I just think for Graham Murray, it might be better for a fresh start somewhere, because it looks as if the job's got to the boy with the greatest respect to him, and I think he's been put in a position that's not been his making. What was really good in the interview was good to see Ryan Jack out jogging. I don't know if he's kicking the ball. He'll not be ready this season, but looks as if he might be ready for pre-season. Ibrox.
Without a doubt, mate. As the manager says, Master Marty says there, he was out walking on the grass, which is absolutely fantastic to see. I think he's a bit ahead of schedule, where everybody thought it would be, but it's going to be too early for this season. But he'll be there for the start of pre-season. He was saying everybody else, young McCrory, everybody else up to 100% scratch. Which is fantastic to see, because it's what we need. these next 5 games you cannot carry any passengers whatsoever. So you start, for me, if any players are listening, step up to the plate, or you can basically kiss your Rangers careers goodbye at the end of this season.
Could I ask Skybrox a question?
On you go, mate.
On you go.
Ibrox, senior, the youth correspondent, and I liked your little piece you done last night in the show. You mentioned the 3 young guys. That's 3 guys. Are they able to go into the first team at the moment? I slightly missed some of your things.
Well,
are they able? The 3 guys you mentioned, are they able to go into that first team squad?
Well, Ox says to me, he gave me the 3 rising stars for me, and that's what I gave you. The one that I think at this moment in time could step up is the young boy Atakai, Serge Atakai.
So that's
a young Kelly and that are still a bit young and still a bit raw at this moment in time to be thrown in, but you've got Bud Jonas and that is there as well. He's stepped up in the past. So.
He's out on loan, isn't he? Bud Jonas.
He's out on loan, but he's back in because he can still play for your youth development.
Alright, I mean, Al, can you let me come in here, mate? Yeah?
Yeah,
cheers, mate. And you'll like this, but look, we've talked about Marty and Fox. I spoke to him on Sunday after the game, and outside the stadium, and spoke to him Monday, Tuesday. The players are getting away with murder here, and they've underperformed. There's something wrong with their attitude, or are they just not good enough, Bridgeman?
I think it's a mixture of both. I think there's certain players in there, I think, good quality players. I'm not saying they're the best, but people like Murphy, I think he's a tremendous player, great ability. I think the young boy in the left back, also good quality, good space, good pace for running down the wings. Tavernier's proven to be quite a good quality player, and even the weekend Diaz, very, very highly improved. Our worst players have been our mid, shall we say, our central defenders and some of our midfielders. And that's not saying that they're bad players. It's just the way we play and we get caught out and it makes us look really bad. And that's what's been happening to us. And you've got a temperamental boy up front who goes into bad moods because he misses the goals. But I think it's 50-50, maybe 60-40. I think we've got lots of good players and high quality players would be a boom. So if we can go out and get 4 quality, top quality players, get them in there, the rest of the guys will be able to lift their game. I'm quite sure of it.
Fox then, Martin.
I said right away to you after the game, it's the players to blame, mate. Whether I think that
we disagreed, didn't we?
Aye. I don't care if you've played football, mate, or played any kind of sport. You just don't give up because you're under a bit of pressure at times, mate. It's up to you to fight your own challenges and win them. None of the players had that attitude on Sunday. And I think that a lot of the players in our squad are nice and tidy footballers, but they've not got that will to win in them. And that's what we need to install in them, or bring in people of quality that have that attitude, mate. Alan was asking earlier on there, could we bring some of the youths? How could you bring youths into your team at the present time?
They'll get destroyed.
There's nobody any strength. These young boys would just look more lost than the lot we've got to now. And that'd be through no fault of their own, mate. They're just no physically big enough to challenge in the Scottish Premier League, mate. It's all right bringing one in when you've got a team of physical battlers alongside them to help them through games. We don't have that in our squad at this present time.
All right, Martin, then we'll go to Big Al.
Whether they're good enough to go on and challenge and win a league, I very much doubt, but they're without a doubt good enough to put in better performances than what they have. I blame the players a lot more than what I blame Murray, because even if it was rubbish tactics, you still play a hell of a lot better than what they've played, and not just the Old Firm game, Ox. The last 3 or 4 weeks, it's been a wee good half here, a wee good 20 minutes there, so the players have been getting away with absolute murder.
Big Al?
Oh, definitely. The players are now up to scratch. I was only asking about the young guys because I was just wanting to see who we've got. But Jonas and the other boy Hardy, are they worth keeping? and getting rid of some of the dross.
It's hard, mate, with young boys, because we played the boys for Jonas at Easter Road, and if you don't get it right, it's no one size fits all. Some boys can come in, like Rooney burst on his team in 16. There's other ones, it's 21 before they're ready, you know.
But is that not what that why we're playing the games and the guys are in that team? For us to have players to come into the first team, I think ultimately that's what it is. But if we go back to the first team, the first team certainly aren't good enough.
Who annoys you, Bingham? Who annoys you?
Morelos. I think one of the biggest mistakes that he done was no playing Cummins. I said to you, when we got Cummins, I was happy as a dog with 4 bobies. The guy's never played, and I think Cummins was a far better striker. I know he's a different striker, but I think what I was saying has come true. Morelos didn't put the ball in the back of the net enough, and I think if Cummins, we should have just sold Morelos. I don't think Bridge was right there. I think his attitude stinks. He turns around, he's huffy and that. Cummins plays with a smile. I think that could be infectious. I think he's a better striker. He's a proven better striker in Scotland anyway than Morelos is. And we should have got rid of Morelos when we could have got rid of him, and I would have played Cummins up front. Tavernier, somebody mentioned during the week, he's no captain material. He's maybe a good player and thing like that. He's too... You seen him with the young girl who does the Rangers TV. He was jumping behind and disturbing her interviews and that. He's too much carry on, and he's not serious enough to be a captain. Maybe a nice guy, but he's not serious enough. He frustrates me. The middle of the park, like people talk about Dorns and that. Dorns is because he's done. If he had any chance to play any higher, he would have been there. I know he's come back for injury, but I don't like a player like him. I don't think should be coming. I think that's another waste of money for us. So Dorns, Tavernier, I quite like John.
All right, fair enough, mate. Fair enough. We'll go to Bridge, but I'll tell you the 2 players that have really disappointed me, Bridgeman, and you'll see why I'm saying this, is the first half of the season and the second half of the season. The first half of the season was Bruno Alves, and the second half of the season has been Russell Martin. If anybody thinks that he's the answer to our prayers at centre back, wow, that worries me.
Yeah, can I say what I honestly feel?
Yeah, but what's your language?
I don't want to burn the place down. Then, nah, look, there's nobody in this world wanted Bruno Alves to come in. I thought he was an absolute star. I thought he was going to be great, but he's not. He's proven to be a run-of-the-mill, ordinary guy who's just trying to do a wee job and get some money and keep himself fit for this summer. That's what this has been about. In all probability, if he'd been playing in a Portuguese league or another European league, he wouldn't have got a game. That's my thoughts after all the analysis I've done on this. So he had to be in a league where he could get at least 1 or 2 games to show he's still got it, and he would be picked for the international team. And I think that's all he's done. I don't think he'll play for international football after the summer. I think he'll just finish up. He'll retire, and he may even decide to retire from football because he ain't going to get a game for Rangers that much, because Rangers have got to go out and buy decent centre-halves. Russell Martin, high hopes for him. Thought international again, Scottish international admittedly. We're getting some quality in here, and I don't know what the price, they agreed a price for him or no. But look at him now, after 10 weeks of seeing him, February, March, April, sorry, just sorry. And that clanger he dropped, and not just one clanger, a multitude of clangers at the weekend there. But that one where he gave the boy right to his feet and couldn't do nothing about it.
That was a death knell, mate. If we get in at 1-0, we can regroup, see how it goes. Now, we might have get beat with Mayor, but that just the whole place seriously went flat, mate.
I mean, everybody's turning and saying, "What? I've never seen that before." A central defence in a Rangers team. I don't remember seeing someone sticking his foot out and the ball lands at the foot of an opposition player who just passes it into the net. The goalkeeper, possibly stranded, possibly poor getting down. You could make up your own there, and maybe Best Loyal could tell us whether he thought the goalkeeper might have got it. But the truth of the matter is, it was absolutely dreadful. The last thing you do is stick your leg out in the middle of the goal. You just don't do it.
As an old centre-half yourself, Bridge, and somebody who's experienced in that position and played the game in a certain kind of manner, would you accept that you should never sign a centre-half called Bruno?
No, I'm not accepting that. No, I'm not accepting that. It's rubbish.
What about yourself, Fox? Is that a fair comment?
That's shocking, by the way.
Bridge would have had more chance of playing in the Scottish Premier League than me. I was more the gifted footballer type centre.
Oh, beat it.
Know. He was a kind of rough and ready man.
Oh my God!
Just to let you know, Al, you've got David Dodds and Maldini. That's the difference between these two.
Aye, self-praise is no praise. You said that.
I have to say.
If you've not got confidence in yourself, Al, you'd never play. You know.
That's correct.
I have to say, though,
utmost.
my reactions were very quick when I was playing football, and I don't think that guy would have got as clean a pass on our goal. If it had been me had done that and the ball bounced and hit my foot or something like that, I'd have took him out. I would have just took him out. Penalty and centre half, I don't care. I'd have took him out.
But they're no warriors. They're no warriors.
Sorry? I understand that. I'm just saying for me.
You know what I mean?
I'm only talking about from what I saw, and it all happened it's in a flash of an eye. We couldn't believe it. We couldn't believe what he'd done. That man is a Scottish international centre half. A ball comes in, and it's not a blasted ball. It's just a typical ball coming into the box, and he sticks his leg out, and the ball he mishits it, of course. Instead of going and meeting the ball and just leathering it up the park or out the park. No, it was a terrible game, a nightmare game for him. Possibility is he may never play after the end of the season. Much like Bruno Alves, he may not play again. Certainly not in the early.
But the evidence
Can I just point out something to do you the better? You forgot McLeish and you forgot Paul Legrand and you forgot Ian Durrant. Just letting do you the better know. Carry on, Al, before we go to a tune. Make it quick, mate.
Oh, no, it's all right. You carry on. Sorry.
All right, mate. Sorry for interrupting you, mate. Listen,
it's your show, big man.
It's not my show.
It is your show. It's nothing without you, man. The other guys are great, but you are the man.
Hey, listen, mate.
You hold it. You're the glue that holds us together.
Listen, mate.
Geez, a Brett, you lot.
I heard what you said on Sunday when I was the on.
Oh, is that when you called in and interrupted me again? You're all drunk and that. Away the ball game. You sound American. I'm away the ball game.
We were sober.
Thought it was Denver.
They'll be hanging. Right, get in mute and we'll have a tune. any dancers, Bridge?
Oh, please. I was dancing up and down the lobby there.
What about Cumbrian Bear?
Oh, jeez. I tell you. Cumbrian Bear's brilliant, by the way. For his age, he's great.
Well, he's still gone. He's still gone.
A lot of energy. Look at that. My God almighty.
Aye, Mrs. Padge.
Padge isn't bad. I must have
Aye, Padge is not a bad mover, but Mrs. Padge is waiting for the lady's choice, I think.
All right. Think she'll pick Padge?
No. Anyway, where were we? Fox, you're centre half. I've given you my thoughts. They're the two players that have. There's been a lot of bad performances and frustrating performances, and except Al's point about Morales being frustrating at times. But the two centre halves, mate, who are the piece, mate? They've been dreadful.
Starting with Alves, mate.
If you want.
Wrong choice of country, wrong league for him, mate. I don't think he's as bad as he looks in this country. I think in the games abroad, probably Portugal, you don't get the physical part of the game as much. Martin, poorly scouted. Guy for a centre-half, can he get off the deck? I think he was a poor choice with our director of football, Mark Allen. Definitely another one not suited with Scottish football, and he's been a failure for me as well, mate. And that's even allowing for him just coming into the club and getting to find out how we play, etc. He's had so many individual mistakes that it just shows that he's been the wrong choice of centre-half for us, mate.
Lack of pace, total lack of pace, Foxy. You're right, he can't jump.
He can't jump, mate, you know.
Yeah.
Can I ask you guys something on that particular point? Is there any chance that you guys think the same, similar to me? I'm suspicious that he's still carrying injury.
I just think he's done, Fox.
You think he's done? Okay.
Listen, one guy that's knowed a lot of flack last week, considering we lost 4 goals, was a goalkeeper. Ibrox Loyal, do you think you would have saved the first one?
Yeah, it's difficult to say, let's be honest. And Bridge just Bridge just hit the nail on the head there, mate. The way our defence let him slip by him was absolutely pathetic. And
Ibrox Loyal, the question was, would you have saved the first one?
It would be hard to say, mate. It would be hard to say, that's all I can say. It'd be hard to say.
Okay, alright. I'm just going to go to Fox, then we'll go to Martin and Big Al. Fox, you commented at the game that you thought the goalie should have saved it.
I did, mate. For some reason, he was starting to go to the right-hand side, mate, as if he was anticipating the shot. And to be a wee bit fair to him, I don't think Rogic caught it that well, mate. And maybe he was just deceived by the shot, but I would have thought a good goalkeeper could have stopped that. Andy Gorham would have stopped that, mate, you know.
Well, as somebody who used to be a goalkeeper and a rotten goalkeeper, I'd have saved it. I don't think that. At first, I liked Fods at first, and he's made a couple of wonderful saves. But as time goes on, I'm starting to think that he's not a goalkeeper for Rangers at all. I'm starting to lose a lot of confidence in him, and it seems to be down to his left. He seems to really struggle down to his left, and I've lost complete confidence in him as a goalkeeper.
Martin, can I ask you a question? But there was a wee bit of lag there. I didn't quite pick everything up you said. Were you intimating that Ibrox Loyal was a rotten goalkeeper?
No, I was a rotten.
Which means that must have been even worse, mate, because I don't think I'd have saved that. So.
I'm just joking.
All right. Can you come, Big Al?
I think we can do a lot better in that position. I've never really liked him, to be quite honest.
Can I ask you, Ox, do you think there's been a difference in him since Jim Stewart left?
Jim Stewart left with Warburton, didn't he?
Aye. I think he's slightly regressed since he's left, mate.
He's always had flaws in his game, and he's one of the best I've seen it coming and taking the ball. It's like Alves, even though Alves I think's been red rotten, he gets some up some height and he does the ball. He's pretty good at that. The rest of his players are terrible. But he's never when he came to the club, he came out and he was taking the ball at its highest point, and you think, okay, this boy's got potential, but he's either stopped doing that or the physicality of the Scottish game stopped him doing it. Personally, in modern football, I know Andy Gorham, Stephen Klossman, the tall goalkeepers, but different era, different class of goalie. I just think that he's about maybe 3 inches too small, and that doesn't give him the span. And that's how I don't think he got the first goal on Sunday, Fox. Where he's regressed, I don't know, mate. I don't know. I don't think he would be the goalie that would win us the points, that would win us the league. Like Gorham maybe used to do in a tight season, you know. You could look back and say, there's 10 points that the goalie won you. I can't see Fodge doing that.
Did we move into next season with him? For you?
Oh, I did say a few weeks ago, Al, but I say a lot of things. Some of them I mean, some of them I don't mean. I did say a few weeks ago I would look to get a better class of goalkeeper. And whether that's Liam Kelly, who maybe lacks a bit of experience, I don't know, but I just think we need somebody, whether Foderingham will leave the club or somebody challenges him and pushes him on. I don't know. A genuine challenge to him, I don't know. I would try and replace him personally. That's just a personal view. On you go, man.
Sorry to interrupt. Can I just say, I know it won't be a popular comparison, but see if you look at the other side of the city and you look at Craig Gordon, for me personally, I think he's a fantastic goalkeeper, right? And I think if you compare Gordon with Foderingham, there's a massive gulf in class there, especially the shot stopping. I think that's what you've got to judge when you're judging
presence as well.
Our players, you've got to judge them against theirs. Exactly, our presence. If you're judging Fods against Gordon, Gordon's a far superior goalkeeper, and that's what we need to look at, getting a goalkeeper in that's as good or better than what they've got.
All right, well, we're going to change the subject. I'm sure we'll have loads of time in the next week or so to talk about all the players. And obviously we all wish them all the best for Sunday's game, and hope everybody the game gets behind the team, Bridgeman, and supports. But some good news today, Bridge, and you've got the statement in front of you. So if you don't mind on mute, let's hear from our public announcer, the one and only
Public
Bridgeman.
announcer, I love it. This is a statement.
Did you get this in the Sun?
This is a statement. This is a statement from the Rangers website. It's about the new shirt deal. I'll start here. Rangers Football Club has today confirmed that the new technical kit supplier for the next season will be Hummel, who have been appointed on an initial 3-year contract. Hummel will produce 3 bespoke kits each season, as well as a range of training wear. The club conducted an extensive tender process with more than 10 offers being received, and Hummel were chosen as the preferred option. The new kit will be worn for the first time in the summer during the club's pre-season training game. Rangers Managing Director Stuart Robertson commented, "We are delighted to announce that the new kit supplier from next season will be Hummel, and we are sure the fans will love the design of the new shirts, featuring the famous Hummel chevrons for the first time. We would also like to place on record our thanks to Puma for their support over the last few years." Alan Vad Nielsen, Chief Executive Officer of Hummel International, said, "We're extremely proud to have been chosen as the new technical partner to one of the world's oldest and most famous football clubs. Words can barely describe the level of excitement at our head office this morning when we announced this fantastic new partnership to our international staff. At Hummel, we pride ourselves in doing things a little differently by adding that extra twist and a bit of character to all that we do. Over the next 3 years, we will endeavour to provide the players, staff and most importantly the supporters of this great club with an exceptional range of products both on and off the field, and we look forward to joining you in your journey back to the top of the league." End of statement.
Oh. Bridge, can you give me the Hummel CEO again? What his name was?
His name's Alan Vad Nielsen.
All right, okay. All right. I never got to the first time. Oh dear, sorry mate. All right, so positive. Obviously, we're hearing anything between 3 to 4 million seems to be the figures bandied about per season over a 3-year deal, Fox. That's roughly the shortfall we've had in the last 3 years, approximately. So we're moving in the right direction. I know it's no EPL money, but it's a move in the right direction. Small step,
Well, obviously, to announce it now after deliberately leaking it, that was only done, mate. I don't think they intended to release that news at this present time, but because of the events that happened during the week, they've decided to do it now. I'm happy enough with it, mate. It's a better deal than we had with Puma and Mike Ashley, so we've got to be happy with that. And as you say, we've had about a £5 million loss there the last couple of seasons, so if that comes in, that'll help to get us back on an even keel. Good deal for us at this present time.
Here. Can I just say one thing on that, Fox? I'm really looking forward to when we get back to Ibrox and we don't see Sports Direct anywhere near it. It'll be magic. Get all that stuff down, all that advertising down, get them out, and that big mega store gets renamed. Get rid of any Sports Direct at all. Get rid of it. Toxic.
I'd have been happier if it would have been Hummer that had been backing us, mate, and we'd have got some solid steel. We could have drove our MD's midfield in, you know.
Absolutely, Bill, absolutely.
Bridgeman, you look good in the Hummel gear, because it'll not be the first time you've had a suit on with arrows on it.
Oh dear.
Sorry,
working on the chain
gang. I'm shocked. I'm shocked at that.
Positive.
He's quiet boy like me.
Definitely. It's a positive. The statement was a very good statement. I think maybe Hummel had their PR department maybe got together with Rangers PR department and put that statement together. Very, very complimentary towards the end of it. Using the word bespoke, so that's a good thing. We'll have a distinctive strip. I don't mind it. Positive. It's money in the kitty, moving us forward. So as long as they keep that. I mean, that Hummel's always been a kind of progressive company anyway. You know what I mean? So good on us, and well done to whoever on the board. They need the praise. It's justified here. So well done. But just get your act together, get a solid manager in, get a leader in, and
move on.
Ahead. Move on, aye.
Can I just ask? Old School Blue works hard with some of the boys with Twitter, and he's tweeted the show. Get on there and retweet it and like it for the guy. He puts a lot of work in it. Ibrox, go on that Twitter.
I've got it done, mate. I've got it done there and on Facebook, mate.
Get it done now. Get it retweeted or whatever.
I've already done it, mate.
Right, Bridgeman,
have you got any stickers? Can you get any stickers made up? Post them to me, and I'll pump them all around about Australia.
I'm sure we can manage something now. I'm sure we can manage something.
I can get the kids to draw posters, but I was wanting to look a wee bit professional.
Martin, you on Twitter? You must be. You're that certain age.
No, I signed up to Twitter about 3 years ago and I've never used it.
Alright, Bridgeman's at Twitter at on here. Get it retweeted. Everybody in the lobby, get that retweeted for Old School Blue. Get it sent out there. I don't know what that does mean. I don't even know what that means, Fox. No. What does it mean?
Retweet just means that thousands of people can see it all around the world, mate. That's all that means. Hundreds of thousands of people. The more it's retweeted, the better chances go of getting up to the top of the Twitter at world, mate. So.
Ibrox. What do they mean when they say like hashtag?
It's different things, mate. It's like for certain situations, like
hashtag Rangers Radio or something.
Aye, hashtag Rangers Radio. Hashtag, I don't know, somebody smashes into Scott Brown and breaks his kneecap. But
by the way, my impression of Ibrox Loyal was terrific there, wasn't it?
Aye, what I will say, I can't believe Ibrox has moved into the educational officer of the show.
We're all done, man.
You're all done, mate. You're all done. Hashtag you're all done.
A hashtag was like the CB radio 19 a channel check. You know what I mean?
Absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
No,
they'll not even know
CB
what a
radio.
CB was.
You're joking, man.
You're wasting your time.
That was the best fun in the world. Any cheeky truckers?
Hashtag had a different meaning for me a couple of years ago. I can tell you.
Were you did at Glasgow Green today, Fox?
No, I was not, mate.
You saw the green and white flags?
No, I wouldn't be doing there, mate. No.
I know.
I shut my eyes when I go by that area, but the bars, no, that when I'm on the bus, mate.
But he did play his Bob Marley LP all day. If that, pal, alright. Putting it alright. Listen, so we've had that. Look, some people are saying Hummel with the kids. I don't know how if the gear's right, Fox, as you're saying, if the quality's right, everybody will buy into it.
Aye,
and me and you got a couple of small medium strips,
Aye.
Can I just say as well, lads, like, when they were talking about when it says about the bespoke kits and that as well, that makes me think that the third kit for next season is going to be an orange one, mate, and it's going to have a large party at the orange.
Watch what you wish for, you might be disappointed. Carry on, Fox. If we get it right, the quality right.
Quality right, they'll sell, mate. I know kids all like to wear all these brand names, mate. We've been an all get, mate. I've always thought it should be the other way round. That if you keep wearing their gear, mate, it should be cheaper. Walking about giving them advertisements, you know. But quality means a lot, mate, and I've said it all the time. Our shop at the ground, mate, should be full of quality stuff that people want to buy, mate. If you put rubbish in it like Sports Direct did, mate, nobody uses it. And quality sells, cheap stuff, not as much, mate, to me. And as you say, it's the money that means more to us than anything else at this present time, mate.
But obviously there'll be a clause, I imagine there'll be a clause in it, Bridgeman, where the more strips you sell, there'll be some kind of more money for the club, etc. If you only sold 10,000, but if you sold 100,000, it'll be a different ballgame for the club, you know.
Yeah, I would imagine so. I'm really looking forward to this now. Great discussion we're having tonight about it, and a bit of hilarity about it as well. So it's really good, isn't it? It sort of sets you off in a different... I forgot about last Sunday. I'm quite happy here, boys. Keep it going. Just love it.
Tell me, Ox, did Hummel not do kits for Borussia Dortmund?
Yes, they did. I think they've done Real Madrid in the past.
And they were quite smart, weren't they?
Tottenham. If you like yellow, aye.
They do the Danish national team as well. So
it's always quality stuff, that Hummel. It's, you know what I mean, it is quality stuff. I think they pride themselves in producing quality stuff, so I think Fox is right. Sometimes you used to go into that Rangers shop and it just felt like tat. I don't know if any's have been in Italy, but if you go into any of the Italian, I was in Italy and I went into that team Spal, Spal, if I'm pronouncing that right. Man, it was like a designer. It was like an Armani shop. You know, they had everything set up. Everything was top quality. It was a lovely place. It was a nice place. The architecture inside the shop was beautiful. You know what I mean? So you've got to sell it that way. You've got to create a picture. Just don't hang the stuff up and it's all over the place. You know what I mean? Sell quality stuff. People will buy it. When do we think the strips will be released?
I'm going to guess June, mate. I hope June, mate, for the first one, mate. You know, I hope obviously the home top is in June for everybody. The end of June, new season, everybody can get it for the fair, and maybe if anybody like to go on and go for a wee walk in it, they can get it for that as well. So, get it early for the summer. Don't miss the summer holidays.
The marketing guys should release it. I'll tell you what they should be doing. They should release the 3 strips at the same time, because everybody will buy. Just because of the fervour that will go on. We've got a new strip and we're wanting to invest in the club. But if they release the 3 of them at the same time, I'm sure Ibrox, you're going to walk into Greaves Sports or the Rangers store and you'll buy the 3 of them.
I'll be walking into the Rangers and get into Greaves, mate. I'll be walking into the superstore.
What's Greaves done to you?
No, done it to me, mate. But I would rather.
I was using that as an example. I thought they'd done something to you later.
It's still a brilliant sports shop, by the way, Greaves Sports.
You're not far away, Big Al. Not far away that one.
But you know what I mean. You market it right. Foxy's always.
He also, just for the record, Big Al, he's not allowed in Top Shop neither.
He's been fun out a few times, that boy.
And stealing American tan tights. So maybe if they do something like that, market it right. I mean, you'd buy the 3-in-1 hit. You know what I mean? And that's so. This is a positive. This is how a club. We should be speaking about a club. You know what I mean? Long may it continue. Long may it continue.
All right, there's a bit. Well, I don't know how positive it is, but there was a press on the wire today that within the next 2 weeks, the offer will be made to all the shareholders. Everybody will have their letter through. That'll be all done and dusted within the 2 weeks, and the initial share offering to the I'm going to say the board of directors who we owe some money to, that'll be sorted quite quickly. We hopefully some investment coming into the club before Bridges' prediction is that we'll then go to the punters, if you like, in November time. So potentially, Bridgeman, a massive revenue stream coming in for us and to help drive us forward, mate. Please get it right. Get us a manager. Give him the money. And let's do this.
I do think that the fans, all of the fans, and I mean all the Rangers fans who have been waiting for maybe getting on to 7 years to all intents and purposes, they'll be able to see the Rangers are shall we say, flush, not in debt, and you name all the good words you want to know about it. And I'm hoping that this summer here should in fact tell us that we shouldn't have any more financial problems. And we're a good going business, and we should be able to get whatever credit facilities, get them back up. I know we've got a bit of a credit facility there. One of the big problems, if your accounts are telling you they've been passed, but there are a couple of asterisks here, and one of them is you need £3 million to see you at the end of the season, and someone's kind enough on the board to say there's no problem, it's all done, everything we do, we'll do it, that's it. But there's still an asterisk on your accounts to say you're in a loss. So get that sorted, get us into a non-loss making organisation, and you'll see a big difference, a huge difference. And people will be happier, seriously.
Aye, the investors will be happier.
Absolutely, Paul, absolutely.
You know, I'm not talking about us putting in my...
No.
You know, you and Fox putting in your $500,000 each, but... You're talking about the punters, the normal punters putting in their few hundred here, or maybe a couple of grand or whatever, but it doesn't mean a lot to them, because I think it's a loyalty or a labour of love for us. But for businessmen, Fox, things have got to be slightly different.
I don't see where the revenue's coming through this. Maybe I just don't understand it. If MD takes up Mr. King's share issue...
The money goes to him.
The money...
There's unsold shares, remember.
The unsold shares, mate, will take probably a big chunk of their debt, the money we've been loaned. I think it'll take another share issue, mate, before...
The revenue comes in?
Aye. I think it's only me, I'm just looking at it and thinking, well, there'll be one...
There's quite a bit of unsold shares, mate, so I don't know if that will equate to the 18 million. I don't know, mate. I'm guessing. I don't know.
See, when the loans have been converted into shares and they're given to the Three Bears and Mr. Park and whoever, and that's all done and dusted, we're still in the same scenario, aren't we? Or has there been money generated that's went into the club through that?
What it's going to do, the way I see it, is it's going to help wipe out the debt. I don't see any extra revenue in that at all.
I don't see, like, the Rangers bank account isn't going to then suddenly have overnight 10 million after this share.
No,
but what it does do, and maybe this is, I'm just looking at it, maybe you'll be seeing with Mr. Park becoming the under chairman or whatever he is, second in charge. Is this people jockeying for position, not in a negative sense, in a positive sense, that when this is done, Mr. King can then maybe say, I've done enough, I'm going to step back. Maybe Douglas Park or Mr. Park buys his shares or buys 2 or 3 of the Three Bears shares, you know what I mean? And then somebody is in control, and then I mean, that Mr. Park's got a bit of dough about him. He could then invest privately 10, 15 million of his own money in the club. You know what I mean? So
I don't know how it's going to work. I think the only way, the way the share issue is going to work, I think Mr. King, if MD accepts his offer, will just become a larger shareholder himself, will he not?
Yeah. But after that, he can sell his shares to MD he wants, couldn't he? If Mr. Park says, I'll give you 10 million for your shares are worth 8 million, I'll give you 10 million. And then Mr. Park's got a greater control in the club. He's then effectively the chairman with the biggest control, and he could then start buying shares. So we've got somebody in control. Because I think maybe after this, I think you might see Dave King. Maybe he's done his job, I think, in what he said. You know, because what was in his statement last week in financial prudence or and he is getting there, aren't we? As Al 69 says, I mean, probably at no better time could we sell the club than now. It's a good investment for somebody but they have to have money to come in. You know what I mean? Buy the club, get it at a reasonable price, zero debt type of thing.
Do you honestly think that the chaps who have invested their money and given the loans, do you honestly think they'd want to sell up?
Well, I don't really see it. What's he got to do? Unless Mr. King buys the rest of the shares off everybody else and becomes the sole owner of the club and invests 50 million in his own fortune and takes us to the Champions League, I don't. What's in it for him? I don't see what's in it for him.
He's been a major shareholder in Rangers for many years.
Yeah,
so he's just to all intents and purposes, he's just a major shareholder. Who in fact said he didn't want to be chairman. Now he's actually ended up. But Fox came away with quite a good point last night. If you go for somewhere along the line, if you go for get a professional board in, that's not to say all the board members are rubbish, but someone like King, who may want to, correctly what you were saying, may actually want to take a back seat. And if you look across the city, their major shareholder takes nothing to do with the running of the club unless he sees fit or is asked. Do you know what I mean? So to all intents and purposes, that's been run as a real good-going business. That's what we want for Rangers, to get it run as a good-going business. But the very first thing you need to do is come up with a balance sheet that says we are in profit, not loss. And that's what you need. Sorry, guys, I didn't mean to put a dampener on it. I've been
No.
I mean, initially when we thought King did come in, mate, it was to get the club back in the hands of Rangers people, which they've successfully done, mate. I mean, it is, most of the major shareholders are Rangers men. So I still think that would be the best idea, mate, is bringing in a professional board. I know it'll cost money to bring in a professional board, but at least you might win in the long run with making the correct decisions when they come up, you know, football decisions.
I wonder if there was an expectation. I know that myself and members of my family, we spoke about that boy McCall, for instance. We thought McCall would have come in with his money, you know. Rangers would have been a good investment then. But as we can see, the damage that was done over the first 3 years since we had our problems and Charles Green had his hands on it, they put tremendous damage on our club. And we're only starting to see the benefits of it now. It's just happening now. I thought it was a good move getting the shirt deal correct. So we get the shirt deal correct this year, we should be getting some money off it. And as you said, if they sell more than expected, they'll get extra money. So, again, I beseech all Rangers fans who buy shirts or have bought shirts in the past, please buy the shirts. Please buy your season tickets. Please keep the club going. Because I love sitting at Ibrox thinking, at least we're still here. At least we're coming back. And a lot of folk thought we would never make it. Really and truly, thought we would never make it. We've made it. And that's what I want to hear. I just want to hear that. Seriously.
The thing was, mate, when King came out and said it would probably take 5 years to get us back, mate. I think we're into 3 years just now, is that about right?
Absolutely, 3 years here, yeah.
And it was the support, myself included, going, what? We're not going to do nothing for 5 years, that's no good, you know. But it's been a long process, and I don't know. We're starting to look as though we're breaking even, and once we get to that point, you could say we're back, mate, and then they've really got to go to work and get proper investment into the club, you know.
They also have to get an air and run the support, mate, and pull the support ways, united support.
Absolutely, bud. Absolutely.
By getting the managerial position, the focal point, the guy in the media, the guy we can see, the right guy, saying the right things, not being naive, being politically savvy. And that only comes about with getting an experienced man in. Big Al?
Well, I was thinking about that last night. I was just wanting to ask you a question, because...
carry on, mate. By the way, remember, don't make it too hard, because Ibrox is...
No, that's it. It'd be very simple, very simple. So, thinking about the manager thing, I think we're all in agreement. We have to get a strong character in, yeah. We have to get somebody that's going to go in and tell them, the players, in no uncertain terms, this is what's going to happen, guys. You've got to stick to this plan. And I'm not saying they've got to be scared of the guy, but they've got to respect him. Respect him, and they've got to fear him to a certain extent as well, because he's a leader. Tell me the negatives to Billy Davis. He's there. He's all at the floor.
I know Billy.
But as a football
manager, he's been in the game for a long time. He's got baggage with him in the game. Right, he's got baggage with him in the game. I don't want to say it on air, Al. I can't say it on air. But
is it the stuff that I've picked up on?
I don't want to say it on air.
He's just not suitable for us.
He is a Rangers supporter.
I'm not worried about that. I'm just
an experienced manager. I don't think it would. The Scottish press would maybe could make it very uncomfortable for us.
Right. Okay. Because he's out of work. I was thinking about guys.
There was a time.
To me, I think he would come in. He would come in and he'd read the place, like, you know what I mean. And I think he is a winner as well, you know what I mean. He's won things, he's won promotions, things like that. And I think maybe at this time, that type of character, obviously with the baggage that comes with him, if all the things that I've heard and read about and that is correct, it's no good. But is it true? That's what I was.
I don't know, mate. I don't know. I wouldn't say, but what I know.
Well, you know that. You know what you're not going to tell me, and I know what you're not going to tell me. It's all the stuff that you hear. It's rumour, but is it true rumour?
I don't know, mate. I don't know, because it's
so he's a no for you. He's a no for you.
Oh, do you actually fancy Billy Davies to take over at Ibrox?
Well, I'm just thinking, you've said that we need that bulldog type of character, I think, at the moment, and somebody that could be a leader. I'm just looking at his football record. His football record says to me, I think he could be a positive influence on the team, because he's got the characteristics that we've all been speaking about for the past few months. But then again, it's the baggage or the rumours, if they're true, that would cause a problem. So football only, I think he'd be a good choice. But if everything else that comes along with it, certainly not for me. But I don't know if this stuff's true.
Ever be in the running, mate. The door opened up when Pedro left. And if the Rangers board would have thought he was good enough for the job, I think that's the time when they were looking for a temporary manager that he could have got in. That time has passed now, and I don't see Billy being at Ibrox, mate, in any capacity.
Okay.
All right. Well, you've took the one to myself, but
Can I ask everybody a question?
On you go, Bridge.
I noticed in one of the forums today, and it's something we spoke about before, and it's came up years and years ago. It came up in one of I think it was Rangers Media or something, and they talked about the reopening of the Ibrox station, the old Ibrox station.
That would be superb, mate. Anything.
So they're talking that's actually came up, and somebody in the local government is actually taking it forward. So it could be what they're claiming is that the lines are still there, so they don't see any. There shouldn't be any objection, and it should ease. The problem we've got with the parking controls and things like that now, the traffic controls that are coming.
Where is the station?
I'll tell you where it used to be. It used to be right behind the wee Rangers club, mate. And
that's many moons ago. That's the old one.
And I think the rails are the gap still there. I don't know if the rails are still there.
No, it's a different station. That was the original old Rangers. That was
surely that's what they're talking about, opening it up, mate. Because listen to me out first. Then they could run specials, mate, like they used to do years ago.
That's right. I remember them. Yeah.
Where the crowds are not. Doesn't matter. Carry on.
No, I'm trying to say to you, they're on. I believe that the Ibrox station that they're speaking about is on it's a line up at the top end of Dumbreck, right? So it's up near Dumbreck there. There's a station there, still there, with the line still there, but they don't use it. So all they need to do is tidy the place up. I would imagine that's what they're thinking, and do it for football specials. But it's not on the old line, which was the old industrial line. And that's the one I use.
The trouble with that one is if you're coming for the tune, mate, you'll use the subway rather than get the train to Dumbreck.
No, do you remember what I'm talking about? I'm not saying it's actually in Dumbreck. It's up at the junction for Dumbreck. It's just at Paisley Road, just above Paisley Road West.
All right, just at Moss Park.
So it's before you get high up. It's up.
All right.
See, when you come out of Ibrox, if you get to where the Albion ground is, or it used to be Albion train, turn left there and go up to the top of the road where the sort of Paisley Road West junction is. It's round about there, this station. It's not far from there. Maybe they used to call it Bellahouston or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it is.
With Denver.
And Ulster's just came in there as well.
Ulster's dropped too. Evening, Denver.
Good afternoon, guys. How are we this fine and sunny day?
Oh, it's brilliant here, Barama.
Good afternoon.
How are you doing, Denver? What's on your mind, mate?
I'm just thinking about a name for a manager, and I'm going to put forward, I know it's very unlikely to happen, but Sean Dyche. That's my tip. That's who I'd like to see.
He might even get the Arsenal job, mate, in that EPL. What a job he's done, mate.
Aye.
I thought you were going to say Jurgen Klinsmann.
I'd take him in a minute, but when you think about lying in Orange Beach, California, compared to Govan, I don't know where you're going to do that trade in. That's the thing, boys,
Well, Rob C done it.
That's true, aye. But I don't see Jurgen Klinsmann in the all-string vest,
Sean Dyche quality, mate. What a job he's done. Arguably the manager of the year in the EPL because of what he's done with that team, mate. Unbelievable.
And I was thinking, Ox, that for a couple of years there we played Burnley. So he knows the setup at Ibrox. I know it's only a friendly he played, but he knows how big we are. So, I mean, if we're going to throw cash at somebody, and if we've got the cash to do it, that's the guy I would go for. And I know it's unlikely it's going to happen.
Aye, fair comment. Can I ask you something, Denver?
Go for it.
Would you sign a centre-half called Bruno?
That's rotten you. That's a shocker.
I was listening to you earlier on, and I was thinking about maybe Bridge could come back and play for Motherwell. It sounds as if that was his style, a Motherwell type centre-half,
Oh dear. Is that what you actually think of me, Denver? I'm really disappointed.
Well, it was just a description. I heard earlier on, Bridge,
Bridge is a white keeper.
It's one of these guys. Oxtear's just trying to take my character and assassinate me. That's what he's trying to do. Don't listen to him.
I've seen your record, Bridge.
He was more like the Fridge that used to play the old American football,
it's
mate.
Chicago Bears.
I'm gutted.
I'm just sore gutted. On you, Bridge. You're sore on you, my boy.
What did you do with that welding cable, Bridge?
That's me. But well remembered, Barry. Well remembered. He was. Wow.
Denver, what else is on your mind?
just not looking forward to the game at all on Sunday. 5 kick-off. I've already spoke to my boy. I said, I don't even think I'm going to be bored on my backside getting out of my bed. I'll watch it and delay transmission probably. But no doubt come Sunday morning I'll be up there in my bed watching it, you know.
Mate. Listen, we've got a duty, mate. We've got to get behind the team.
I know that.
The Scottish press are putting all sorts out there. It's just been out tonight. Whether I believe it or not remains to be seen, that the players are starting to back. But it's time for the support to try and back the team, drive us on a wee bit and get a bit of positivity. We'll get 5 games left, 4 after Sunday, get the season finished. Hopefully we get a new manager in, sorts out the players, gets the ones, rid of the ones we want, brings in some new ones. Happy days, let's move on. And let's try and have a right good go at this.
I got big fears for Sunday though, Ox.
Oh, mate. The place could turn toxic quite easily if I've been there before when that's happened. You know. Anyway, we've been joined by Big Ulster. We've been joined by Big Ulster. How are we doing, big man?
Hello, how are you?
Good evening, Ulster.
All right, big man.
Right,
what's on your mind, big man?
No, I've been out, so I haven't been listening. I've been out, I'm only in, but just wanted to quickly say, just obviously, I've given the board a bit of stick this week due to certain things on the pitch, but I'd like to just congratulate them and whoever was part of securing that deal for us. I think that's a great bit of business, and it's going to be exciting to be able to buy myself and the girls the shirts again. It's been long overdue.
Brilliant, mate. And I mean, I know your girls are quite young. Where would they sit with the sort of brand? Would that matter to them, or?
As long as it's got a Rangers badge, they'll be chucked.
That's the brand that counts, the RFC, no the Hummel, Adidas, or Nike, the RFC on it. Yeah, fair shout, big man.
Exactly.
Fair shout. And just a question for you, would you sign a centre-half called Bruno?
Oh, per bridge.
Fuck in you!
There's a laugh, man. That laugh's brilliant, also. That's made my day. I've been waiting for it. It's again lovely. Keep it going.
It's hard to make them laugh all the time, Alder. A hard crowd.
No, but he's got. Honestly, I've not been hanging here, but Ulster's laugh, it lasts for literally 100th of a second, but it gives me butterflies every time, man. You got a wonderful laugh. Honest to God, mate.
Of course, it'll last for 100th of a second. He's married.
Oh, aye.
Anyway, what else is on your mind, Ulster, before we go to Martin and Ibrox?
Not really much. As for the game, I'm not too overly excited about it, to be honest. I'm just fearing the game a wee bit, but hopefully the team turn it around and somehow give us a good performance. I won't hold out for much hope, but you never know. You never know. These things can happen, and I hope the sort of bound themselves together and somehow get us a good result. I think we deserve it, you know. The
support.
Yeah. I think after that last week's result, I think we can all agree it was bitterly disappointment and pretty pathetic at times. So we're definitely owed, I think, as a support, a really good performance. But whether or not they can step up to the plate, that remains to be seen.
Aye, Ibrox, you're always well turned out in the best of stolen gear. Where do you stand on the humour stuff? Are you quite happy with it?
Well, mate, us Neds, you know us, mate, we don't care what we wear, so... But no, just as Ulster says there, mate, it's not about the making the kit, it's all about having that famous badge at the other side of it, and that's what people buy. They don't buy the Hummel, the Nike, the Adidas, they buy the famous RFC badge, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day for me. So as soon as the kits are out, mate, I'll be wearing them loud and proud.
Just quickly, Ibrox, I noticed Rossiter, he was in the first team training today.
Alright, wasn't he? I never seen the training gallery today, so I'll catch up later on. So.
Good to see, I suppose, yeah.
Well, you did mention that last night, mate, so...
Bridgeman, I've been asked by a certain member in the lobby. I won't tell you who it was, but his wife, Mrs. Padge, phoned in. He said, can we do a poll? Would you sign a Bruno as a centre-half? Yes or no? That's the answer. Yes or no, Bruno at centre-half.
Bridgeman, did you play in a Mankini?
No, nothing like that.
Have you seen the movie Bruno?
No.
Right, well, watch it tonight, because that's the picture I've got of you now.
Well, go on. Well done, pal. Well done.
Only you, Big Al, mate. Only you, mate.
I'm going to vote yes. Bruno, Bridge, I'm going to vote yes, I would. Because I think you could do a job for us. There you go. Even
And
now, Bridge.
And I'm going to say yes. Sign Bridge, get rid of Alves and Martin.
Ulster, could I ask you a question, please?
Yes, mate.
You seen the pictures for the training gallery today. Did you notice the handshakes and the smiles and
Aye.
And Graham Murray was in about 6-7 of the pictures, yeah?
I noticed that.
Did you notice that? Did it stand out to you? Aye.
I did. I didn't know whether it was just a handshake as if to say, a wee bit of friendship and let's move on, or was it sort of handshakes goodbye? I don't know.
But it stood out to me as well when I was looking at it, because he's never, maybe one picture, two pictures you see him, but there was quite a few. And, I mean, there's one when they've got one of the drill things in front of him, and his head's in the centre and that. You know what I mean? They've went a bit artistic with that one. You should all have a look at it. To me, it's obviously the club's showing support for the manager.
That's good to see.
Statement. Oh yeah.
You know, I think we can all agree here. I think that Graham Murray's a nice guy. We maybe all don't think he's up to the job, but definitely as a person, he's a nice guy, and I wouldn't like to see him go or leave the club with any bad taste. So when he does eventually go, which will happen, I would say probably at the end of the season, you know, best wishes to him. I think he hasn't done much wrong. Maybe hasn't done the best managerial decisions, especially last week. But as a person, I think we can all agree that he's a nice fella.
Well said, Ulster. Well said. Yeah. Overwhelming, Bridge, yes. Overwhelming. So you've still got it.
Well, all I can say to that is a big thank you to all the guys that voted, and to you lot on the panel, get it right up yous.
Remember, Bridge, when you put that Mankini on, get some Imac for your
beat it with your Mankini, boy.
You need to be a bit tidied in there.
Too much information, Al.
Okay, you got a picture in your head now. There's no sleep tonight.
No sleep? Well, Fox, I'm glad we can laugh again. I never thought I'd laugh again.
Brilliant, isn't it? What a difference.
Denver, could I just, can I just say something to you? I would just like to praise you, because it has been a wonderful week of discussion. You've done a really good show actually this week. And it is good to laugh, but you've made some very pertinent points, and the passion and everybody. Fox, Bridge, Ibrox, and yourself, Fox, you do a really wonderful show. True as well when True steps in. Big George. So I'd like to thank you all. Alan69, the one and only, the Snowball Eater, the Rudy Bear. I hope you're having a nice dinner tonight, Rudy. But it's been an absolute wonderful show this week. So I'd just like to thank you again for the entertainment.
Aye, no problem, Al. Absolutely no problem.
Oh, sorry, Martin.
I close therapy, Al.
Yeah.
Listen, Al. Kind words, mate, and I thank you very much for reading that note I sent you. Right, but but what I will say is, it ain't our show. It's everybody's show, and anybody wants to get involved or come on the panel or do a show or whatever, they're more than welcome. This is Rangers Radio. It's for our fans to get involved and push the message your club, mate.
Can I just ask a really quick question, Ox? Just quickly.
On you go, mate.
Do you think we'll see wholesale changes on Sunday, or do you think Murray will just revert back to the 4-2-3-1?
We can't, mate. We've not got the personnel. I think there'll be a couple of changes max.
Do you think he's still got some trust in the players then?
I think he just wants to get the next 5 games out of the way. I think I think he's struggling. He's struggling at centre-half position. The boy McCrory's a defensive midfielder. He's maybe not 100% fit. Whether we'll bring Windass back into the team, and I don't know, in the midfield, I think Cadiz and Docherty will start. I think John and Tavernier will start. Who the two centre-halves, you can send the 2 for 3. Necessarily when they get any of them again at centre-half, you do the right personnel. And then you're into, would you play Docherty, would you play Dorrans, would you play Holt, would you play Goss, would you play Windass on the midfield role? Obviously, you know. What I will
play
say
the
is,
team that beat Dundee. He'll play the team that beat Dundee. That's what he'll play. Or as much as he can.
Kerry Miller will not be playing.
No, I'm saying, or as much as he can, I'm saying.
So the way your club's gone, 36 hours is a long time, Martin, before you could make any decision. That's the way I see it. I'll bring Fox in briefly with his thoughts, and then last words of the night, potentially Ibrox Law.
I think there'll be a few changes, mate. I think Goss will come back into the team myself. That'll be one. I think our two centre-halves, I think Alves and Martin will start. I think McCrory will go back into defensive midfielder. And Goss and Dorrans for me in the middle. Usual two wingers. And Morelos up front again. That'll be the team for me tomorrow.
Ibrox?
You mean Sunday, don't you?
Sunday, sorry, pal.
Okay.
I think it will be, the two centre-halves will be Alves and Martin. I believe that the managers must have the sort of smarts to figure out going at Rang and have McCrory back in the central defensive midfield role, and in front of him also obviously going to be Dorrans and Docherty. I don't think, as I say something exactly as you say, Locks, I think there'll be 2 changes at max, but for me I think only time will tell. As you say, 36 was a long time in football. So.
Yep, quickly, Bridgeman.
I think, as I said a wee minute earlier, I think he'll play as close as he can to the team that beat Dundee. He'll try to go back the way he's got to go back to where it was a successful style. It's like rebooting your PC, get back there and see if they can get the game lifted. And that's what they'll do. That's what I think they'll do anyway.
What about you, Denver Bear?
Hope for Halliday and Cummins in for Morelos.
All right, okay, fair enough. Big Ulster?
I'd personally probably have McCrory at centre defence mid, but I think most of us are right in thinking he's probably just revert to what worked for him before, or for a while anyway, and you'll probably see Windass, as much as I know a lot of us maybe want to see Windass playing, but I think he'll play just behind the striker and he'll do the usual in the midfield.
And what about yourself, Martin?
I'm not sure, because if you listen to what's being said, if there is players in there that are being disruptive and they were loyal to Wallace and Miller, then he'll know that. But if he keeps it the same and we don't play well again or whatever, then that shows you exactly what the players think. So I think there will be a few changes where he can change it to the players that he doesn't trust, and I think that'll be a big show for us.
All right, can I thank you all for joining us on the panel? Can I thank everybody for joining Rangers Radio this evening, particularly the boys in the lobby? Good fun. Bridgeman?
What can I say? I can just say this to all the Rangers fans all over the world, particularly Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio. Everybody, huge game on Sunday. Probably, as we've said before, the biggest game of the season now. So we need to win it. So everybody, get the heads up. Let's get there to Ibrox and let's do it. And a big shout out to all the boys that are going. Everybody, keep it going for the Rangers, because we're going to need it. Keep it going.
This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back at 11:30, 12:30 kickoff, 12:15 kickoff.
12:30 kickoff, mate.
This is Rangers Radio. We'll be back at 11:30 with a pre-match show on Sunday. Thanks to everybody for joining us this evening. Take it away, Fox.